Why do people stop valuing you? Even after everything you did for them, have you ever noticed? The more available you become, the less appreciated you feel. The more you explain, the less people listen. The more you give, the more they expect. And slowly, without realizing it, you start feeling invisible. Not because you have no value, but because people got used to your presence, and familiarity makes people forget what once felt special. That's the painful truth. Human beings rarely appreciate something that always stays available, not because they are evil, but because the mind adjusts quickly. What was once rare becomes normal. What was once meaningful becomes expected, and expectations kill appreciation. Now think about this. Why do people chase those who ignore them? Why do they respect those who walk away? Why do they suddenly notice what they once overlooked the moment it disappears? Because absence creates awareness. People rarely realize value. While they still have easy access to it, they realize it when access becomes limited, and that applies to attention, to energy, to love, to presence, to you. Now here's where most people make a mistake. When they feel unappreciated, they try harder, they give more, they explain more, they overextend themselves, hoping someone will finally understand their worth. But the harder you chase validation, the less valuable you appear. Because value is never proven through desperation. Real value does not beg to be noticed. It carries itself differently, quietly, confidently, without forcing anything. And people feel that energy without words. Now understand this clearly. People treat you based on what you allow. If you constantly tolerate disrespect, people assume disrespect is acceptable. If you always sacrifice your peace to keep others comfortable, people get comfortable at your expense. And over time, you teach people how to treat you without realizing it. That's why boundaries are not selfish. They are necessary. Because when you respect yourself, people notice. Not instantly, but eventually. Now let's go deeper. Sometimes people don't value you because you give too much without requiring anything in return. You become predictable, always available, always forgiving, always understanding. And sadly, the world often mistakes unlimited access for low value. That's why, the moment you step back, everything changes. Your silence becomes noticeable. Your absence becomes heavy. Your energy becomes mist. And suddenly, people remember what they once ignored, because distance reveals importance. Now think about relationships, friendships, even family. Sometimes, people only appreciate your role after you stop playing it, not because you changed, but because your absence exposed your value. And that realization hurts, but it also teaches you something powerful. Never force yourself to be recognized. Never shrink yourself to be accepted. And never keep pouring into people who only notice your worth when you leave. Because the right people do not wait until they lose you to value you. Now here's the deeper truth. Your value cannot depend on someone else's ability to see it. Because some people only recognize value when it benefits them, and some people are too distracted, too immature, too disconnected to appreciate what stands right in front of them. That is not your failure, and you must stop measuring your worth by other people's attention, because attention is temporary respect is earned through self-respect, and self-respect begins the moment you stop over-explaining your worth. Now imagine this. What happens when you stop chasing, stop proving, stop begging to be understood? You become calmer, stronger, more centered, because your energy is no longer leaking into places where it is not valued. And that changes everything, because people can feel when someone finally understands their own worth. There is a different presence, a different confidence, a different silence, and suddenly you no longer need everyone to value you, because you value yourself, and that is where real power begins. At the end of the day, not everyone will appreciate you. Not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will recognize your heart. And that's okay, because your worth was never supposed to depend on other people's recognition. The moment you understand that, you stop chasing approval and start protecting your peace. You stop proving your value and start living it. And ironically, that is the moment people begin to notice you most.